Your move. It's time to duel and there's no backing down. In the heart of the cards is where magic is found. Let's do this. Duelist of the Autumn Crown by Drakey C. Chapter 1. Welcome to Canterlot High. Twilight groaned and opened her eyes. Slowly the world came into focus. She saw a row of unfamiliar houses not far away on the other side of the road in a field of grass. Twilight? A familiar voice came to her. Twilight saw a dog came to her field of vision and focused on it. It had light purple fur with a tuft of green fur along its head. It reminded her of Spike? Are you a dog? The dog looked down at itself and nodded. Yeah, seems so. But I have no idea what you are. Huh? Twilight looked down at her hooves on the ground. Instead of hooves, she saw long, lavender limbs ending in 5 fingers. She did the rational thing. Ah! Twilight jumped up and looked down at her body. A dark purple skirt with a pink star emblazoned over it, covered below her waist, was stretched from her legs into dark purple and pink boots. She looked at her arms and torso. A light blue blouse concealed her upper body, and 2 straps wrapped around her shoulders, twisting her neck, brought a backpack into view. Finally, Twilight's attention was drawn to a strange device strapped to her left arm. The device looked like a lavender disc with pink linings. Connected to the disc was a 3-sectioned strip of metal that was folded around the disc into a rough horseshoe shape. Various indentations, buttons, slots covered the strip. With a screen built into the disc, it had behind a large open slot. Twilight ran her fingers over the device and found a button on the back. She pressed it. The arms on the strip of metal snapped forward and built into a straighter shape. The buttons on the screen lit up. What's this? Twilight pressed the button again, and the device depowered and retracted back into its more compact horseshoe shape. She looked over her body, turning her hands around. For that matter, what am I? Spike shook his head. You're definitely not a pony. Turning her. You don't have muscles, or hooves, or a horn. What? Twilight reached her face, felt a short, stumpy nose. She squeaked and moved her hands up to her head, feeling only skin and hair. She began to pant. Okay, let's recap. I've been turned into some sort of 2-legged being with arms and hands, no fur, and... She looked at her arm again. Some sort of weird disc machine attached to my arm. She put her hand on her chest and caught her breath. First priority, find Sunset Shimmer. Second priority, get my crown back. Third priority, get back to Equestria. Fourth priority, do all of that before I have a panic attack. Hey, look at the bright side, Spike said cheerily. You don't have to worry about those pesky wings anymore. Twilight lowered her arms and glared. Not helping! She turned her attention from her new form to the world around her. A large 3-story building loomed in front of her. Twilight looked behind her and saw a statue of a rearing horse. She reached her hand out to the base as the stone rippled as her hand passed through it. Well, there's the portal. She glanced back at the building. If Sunset Shimmer came out here, maybe someone there saw her. Worth a shot, Spike replied. Twilight carefully stepped forward on her 2 legs. She stumbled forward and grabbed the railings of the steps of the building for support. This is going to take some getting used to. She pulled herself to the top and reached the doors. There, she paused. The polished glass of the doors allowed her to look at her reflection. Twilight twisted in place, looking at herself. Weird, she murmured, holding up a strand of her hair to look at. I'm me, but not me. But I look like me, except not a pony. She frowned. Too confusing. Let's just find Sunset and get back to Equestria. She put a hand on the door and pushed. Ow! On the other side of the door, another being fell on her backside as the door swung into them. Oh! Twilight cupped her hands to her face. I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. The other being, a girl with pale white hair and a blue jacket, scowled up at her. Are you blind? The glass is transparent, you idiot! Twilight quickly got over her embarrassment and glared back. I said I was sorry. You don't need to be rude. Rude, huh? The girl sneered and looked at her arm. Twilight saw a disc device like hers on the girl's arm. Only where Twilight's was purple and pink, this device's was blue and silver. Well, in next class is a free period. Perhaps you need to be put in your place. The girl pressed a button to activate the device, and its arm swung forward. Twilight recognized a stack of some thrown-in brown items in a large slot on the desk. Hang on, Twilight said, holding up her hands and shook her head. You're right. I'm sorry. My fault. I'm not looking to cause trouble. I'm just kind of new here and looking around. The girl looked at Twilight's arm as it waved. You're walking around school with your dual disc on, and you don't even have your deck loaded. So Story turned off the disc. What an amateur! You'd be a waste of time. The girl tossed her head and pushed past Twilight to go outside. And next time you get in Drakey's way, she won't be so merciful. Twilight gritted her teeth at the girl's back. There's no need to... What? She looked at the girl closer. Spike, did she just say her name was Trixie? She did look a little familiar. Twilight shook her head. That's not possible. Trixie couldn't have found the portal, could she? I doubt it. It's the only one that was locked up, right? Twilight looked back around the building. Yeah. She noticed the banners and rows of lockers down the hallways. This is a school, she smiled. That means there must be a principal somewhere. Come on, Spike. We've got to get searching. Whoever runs this girl must be able to help us. Just then, a loud ringing filled the air. The doors in the hallways opened, and hundreds of students filtered the halls. Twilight gasped, and flying against the walls, they moved past her. She shuffled to a doorway and looked over the crowd. She saw several faces that looked vaguely familiar, and many more that didn't. A wide variety of these beings and a variety of skin tones and hair colors, clothing types made up the population. It seemed like almost every one of them had another of those disc devices strapped to their arms in a variety of colors. Dude, I'm gonna rock this thing. 7 files for sure. Huh, I got my sister a new starter deck for her birthday. Check out what I pulled for this cool new booster. Hey, there's a certain voice that hasn't showed up yet. A conservation watched over Twilight as he self-consciously looked down at her own desk. All the students had those stacks of brown items in the large open slot on the desk, where Twilight was empty. She wondered what it meant. Twilight leaned down and whispered to Spike. Seeing anyone using one of these? Twilight looked at her own desk. They seem important if everyone's wearing one. No clue, Spike shook his head. The crowd began to disperse, and Twilight carefully weaved her way through them. She saw several of them glance at her, and then disc on her arm, various expressions following. Huh, she doesn't even have her deck yet. What a noob. Twilight scowled at the voice from the student that just walked by her. It turned her glare back as she walked. I don't know what that word means, but I'm not! Twilight stopped as she bumped into someone, sending them both to the ground. She groaned and pushed herself up, holding her head. I have to stop watching where I'm going. You okay? She turned her head and saw a hand held out to her. She followed the arm up to the face. A handsome boy with short, slightly spiked hair was holding his hand to her. Another one of those disc devices. This one blue and yellow was on his arm. Twilight took his hand and let him pull her up. Yes. Twilight took her hand back and pressed herself off. Thanks. How come you don't have your deck ready? The boy asked. Your dual disc. Where's your deck? Twilight saw the boy hold up his arm, displayed the disc there, and went down her own. My deck? Just saying. A lot of students are itching to duel with the tournament tomorrow. You're gonna walk around with a school unprepared to duel? They might think you're an easy target, the boy explained. Having your deck loaded will at least avoid attention. Twilight looked at the dual disc on the arm, and noticed another stack of brown things there. Realization dawned. Cards? Deck? Oh, right, my deck! Twilight laughed nervously. She reached into the backpack she was wearing and grabbed a random pocket. I've got it right here! She unzipped the pocket and reached inside. She felt an angular box and pulled it out. A semi-transparent purple box of cards was in her hand. Oh, I really did have it here. She pulled over to the top and removed the cards. Finding them out, she saw that it came in 3 colors, with what she presumed to be the names of the cards scrawled across their tops. She noticed the boy was watching her and forced a smile and held up the cards. See? Deck ready to go! She held up her dual disc and examined it for a moment, before folding the cards together and sliding them in a large open space in the disc part. She heard a click and saw the arm over the slot descend slightly, locking the cards into place. Kink! Not trying to tell you what to do. Just saying, going around like that can get you challenges. Challenges? Twilight decided to ponder what he meant later, and settled for nodding as she understood. Right. Thanks for the tip. No problem. I'm Flash Sentry. The boy held out his hand again. Twilight looked at the outstretched hand, and did hers opposite his. Twilight Sparkle. Flash took her hand, then moved back to class and shook it. Nice to meet you. He took his hand back and turned his attention to the open locker between them. Likewise. As Flash removed several items from the locker and put more inside, Twilight looked around the thinning halls and thought, "He must be a student here, and whatever these dual discs are about, that someone might challenge me over them. He doesn't seem to want to. Say, Flash, could you help me with something?" Flash slammed his locker and clicked the lock shut. What up? I'm looking for the principal's office, but I'm not really familiar with the school. Can you show me where it is? Oh! Flash looked at her. Thought you had seen you before. New student? Yes. Twilight said the word a bit too loud, as the perfect alibi was handed to her. At Flash's slight recoil, she calmed down. Yes, new student, just transferred. I have to check in at the office? Sure. Flash smiled at her. Follow me. Twilight let out a breath and looked at Spike. He gave her a cursory look and padded forward. Twilight raised her eyes back to the hall and followed Flash. As the two walked, Twilight presumed classes had begun, seeing that the hallways were almost empty now. She saw a couple of teachers closing their doors. A few more stray students were about, though. They were still looking at her, and whispering as she passed. Twilight looked back at one pair, and he immediately turned away. Flash? Twilight said, looking at one girl's face lingering on her as she passed him. Thought you said having my deck ready would avoid attracting attention? Flash chuckled. I don't think your deck is attracting attention. What? Twilight felt her cheek and went forward. Is there something on my face? No, your face is perfect. Flash stopped short in the hall, turned and said, Not perfect! That is to say, it looks good. Perfectly average, normal face. Nothing isn't a nice face, you're pretty enough. I mean, it's pretty fine. Good, fine, nice face. Flash's eyes started away. His eyes lit up and he pointed. I have to get to class. Office right down there. Before Twilight could respond, Flash stepped around her. His face bright red, and he hurried down the hall. Spike grinned and nudged Twilight's boot. I think he likes you. Don't be ridiculous, Spike. He just met me. Twilight watched him go and blushed. I think that's actually the first time a boy's called me pretty. What about Stargazer back into school for getting unicorns? He finished by saying I looked pretty silly and threw pasted sparkles on my horn. Oh yeah, Spike snickered. That was funny. He calls you Twilight Sparkling. Twilight glared out. What? We'll talk about it later. Twilight headed down the passage in the direction Flash had indicated. As he said, she soon found the door to the main office and carefully pushed it open. A large room with a few cubicles set up on the back wall greeted her. Typing at a computer on the front of the room, an older man with a sandy brown mustache and glasses paused to look up at her. Twilight waited. Hello, Mr. She looked at the nameplate on the counter. Kibbitz? The man stared at her. I'm a new student, and I need to speak to the principal, please. Kibbitz turned his eyes to a phone by his keyboard and pressed the button and picked it up. Miss Soleros, you have a student to see you. Yes. He hung up and gestured a hand towards the door on the right wall. Make it quick. She has an appointment in 10 minutes. Thank you. Twilight headed to the door and knocked. Come in. She pushed the door open. A woman with hair in spades of pink, green, and blue was sitting behind a desk, looking over a folder of papers. She looked up at Twilight and smiled. Hello. Have a seat. Twilight slowly approached the chairs in front of her. Something about this woman seemed familiar. She looked at the nameplate. Celestia Solaris? She whispered. Just Celestia, if you please. I prefer to be informal with the students. Celestia closed the folder and pulled her hair closer. I don't believe we've met before. No, we haven't. Twilight came to her senses and smiled. My name is Twilight Sparkle. I'm a new transfer, or I will be. I start next week. As an afterthought, she added, I don't think I brought my paperwork. Sorry. Celestia smiled. That's fine. It's nice to meet you, Twilight. What can I do for you? Twilight hesitated. How much could she have seen or known? Would she personally have bumped into Sunset? Um, when I was coming in today to look around, I bumped into a girl carrying a crown. It was gold and had a pink jewel in it. Certainly, I know the item. The crown for the winner of the Autumn Crown Tournament. Apparently someone stole it last night, but I picked it up for safekeeping. Right, see that? Twilight paused. Autumn Crown Tournament? Yes. Celestia stood and gestured to a poster in the room. Twilight looked at it. Several of the cards similar to the ones in her duel desk were sprayed over the image of a crown, one suspiciously similar to the element of magic, and a pair of students with duel discs facing each other as if conversation. It's the school's biannual Duel Monsters tournament, along with the Spring Crown tournament. Twilight stood and came closer. The crown goes to the winner of the tournament? Yes. The winner of the crown is also given an honorary position on the student council and awarded special privileges with the teachers. Celestia just stirred a hand on the other hall. You can thank our current champion for that. Twilight looked where she had gestured. A photograph of a girl with red and yellow hair was wearing a similar crown, holding up her arm with a duel disc on it, smirking in triumph. She looks familiar. Twilight peered into the pale aqua eyes, narrowed in defiant talons, and gasped, Sunset Shimmer? Our current champion, undefeated for 2 years now, since she first came to the school, Celestia said. It was her idea to expand the influence of the champion to other areas of the school, given how hard students work to win and popular Duel Monsters is. Twilight turned around. She goes here? Indeed. The tournament is only open to the students of this school. Celestia smiled. Although, if you wanted to sign up, I'm sure it wouldn't be a problem. You are joining us after all. Twilight looked back at her crown and on the poster and shook her head. Actually, I can't. I just need the crown. Celestia smiled fast. Pardon? I'm sorry, it's a long story, but I need that crown, please. Twilight grinned in a way she hoped to look pleading. Celestia shook her head. I'm sorry. The crown is reserved for the winner of the tournament this Sunday. Our students take Duel Monsters very seriously. Even if we offered another crown, I doubt they appreciate it. Twilight rubbed her chin. There must be some way. Wait, the crown goes to the winner of the tournament on this Sunday? The tournament begins tomorrow, and the finals are this Sunday evening. 3 days. Twisty nodded. Okay, can I enter the tournament? Certainly. Celestia pulled a notepad on her desk and over to her and wrote down a note. Take this to the second floor computer lab. The tournament organizer is finalizing preparations there. Give her this and she'll let you in. Celestia tore the note off and held it out. Twilight took the note. A quick look, and she saw it was an explanation for why she wasn't in the school registry, and smiled. Thank you, Celestia. Of course, Twilight. If you don't mind, I'm expecting an appointment soon. Right. Twilight waved and proposed the door to the office. Twilight? She turned, and Celestia was looking at her feet with expressive disapproval. We don't allow pets on the school premises. Twilight down. Spike! Oh, he's my service dog! Service dog? Celestia tilted her head. For what? Twilight began to panic. Think of something. I'm not disabled. What was Spike helping meds? Anxiety! She blurted out. She paused to register what she just said. In defeat, she felt Spike settle a sticker. Celestia's expression softened. My apologies. I was unaware. You're welcome to bring him to the school grounds. But of course, I must ask you to be on a proper leash tomorrow. You got it! Twilight grinned and waved as she pulled the door open. She backed out, and glancing down to make sure Spike had come with her, closed it. Twilight headed into the hall, passing as a teacher she came into the office. In the hall, Spike stuck at his tongue. Yuck! Elise? Seriously? Twilight, are we going to do that? We have to, Spike. I'm sorry, but we have to come back to the school. Twilight approached another person on the tournament at the opposite wall. We only have 3 days to do it. But if the crown's locked up, that means Sunset Shimmer can't get to it either. If I want to get it from Celestia, there's only one thing to do. Twilight spun around, a confident smile on her face. She clutched her dual disc to her chest and pumped her fist. If I want my crown back, then I'm going to have to become champion of the Autumn Crown Tournament. So that's what I'm going to do. Spike looked up at her. And what exactly is this Duel Monsters game that they play? I have no idea! Chapter 2. The Gauntlet is Thrown. 208, 210, Twilight counted off the room numbers on the second floor, and stopped in front of their door, reading 212. It's the same notes that Celestia had written down for her. She lifted a hand and knocked.
It's open!
Twilight pushed the door open. Rows of unfamiliar white boxes with screens on them sat on 3 tables. And one of them with her back was a girl with a large mass of bright pink hair.
Give me a sec.
The girl waved her hand in the air without turning.
This new software is keying my hiney. What's up?
Twilight frowned at her voice. Sounds familiar. I'm sorry, I'm here to sign up for the tournament.
You came to the right place.
The girl pushed back out of her wheelchair and spun around it. Wide grin on her face. Twilight's eyes widened as he took in the white and blue outfit. Bright blue eyes and a pink skirt with 3 balloons on it. As Twilight looked at the mark, she realized he had seen it before, almost every day for months. Pinkie Pie? The girl guessed loudly.
You know my name.
Before Twilight could blink, the girl was in front of her, grabbing her shirt.
Are you psychic?
No. Twilight thought for a moment. I just recognize you.
Huh.
Pinkie stepped back and tilted her head.
That's funny. I don't recognize you. And I recognize everyone who goes to this school.
Well, I'm new, Twilight replied. And I saw your picture? She added as an afterthought. Pinkie's face lit up.
Oh, you visited the school website.
Sure. What's a website? So, can you sign me up for the tournament? Twilight reached into her pocket and held out the note Celestia had given her. Pinkie took the note and read it over.
Well, if Princess Celestia vouches for you, no problemo.
She sat down and kicked off her chair and wheeled off to one of the white boxes in the lab.
You came just in time, too. The deadline to sign up is tonight.
Twilight signed and watched as Pinkie set her hands on a long, thin piece of white material in front of the box and began moving her hands over it. She occasionally paused to manipulate a round device next to the strip that was connected to the box by a cord. Twilight recognized the strip as some sort of keyboard. Judging from the letters and numbers on it, it also had a host of buttons she had never seen in typewriters in Equestria. Instead of a piece of paper, the letters were appearing on the screen in front of them.
Well, since you are in the school database, I'll have to make a profile from scratch. Smile!
As Pinkie spun in her chair and held the thin device up. Twilight jumped back and held an arm in front of her. A bright light flashed on the device. Pinkie looked down on it.
That's a good one.
She swiftly moved her thumb over it and turned back to her screen. Twilight lowered her arm as a picture of herself, with her arm raised, appeared on the computer. Twilight sparkled.
8, 18.
Pinkie paused.
Is it kind of late to transfer? You're already a senior.
My parents moved.
Bummer.
Pinkie continued to type.
There's a lot of info here you don't have yet, like dueling record and old wins. I'll just throw down on NA for you, okay?
Thanks. Twilight took a deep breath. Okay, I'm registered. That's one obstacle out of the way. Next, what's even this game? Say, Pinkie, do you have any sort of pamphlet you have or something on Duel Monsters? Specifically on how to play?
Huh?
Pinkie looked up at her.
But don't you know how to play?
Of course. But, my brother wants to learn. Twilight held her hands.
No problem, Pinkie added. This lab is reserved all day for duelists looking stuff up and taking their profiles. You can surf some online tutorials here.
Online? Pinkie frowned.
Don't you know what the internet is?
I come from a selfish family.
Oh,
Pinkie gave her a smile and a wink.
Rock farm, huh? Gotcha. Well, short version, this is the internet!
She pointed at the screen.
You can look at the information from websites all around the world. You can catch funny cat videos, tutorials on how to do stuff, read fan fiction, pirate movies and music, and watch porn.
Porn?
Yeah,
Twilight whispered.
Though you really should have knew that last one, the school computers. And technically, the second to last one is illegal, but everyone does it anyway.
She shrugged and held up her hands. Right.
Well, if you don't have the internet, don't worry. Pinkie Pie's got you covered.
Pinkie turned around in her chair to her backpack hanging from the seat. She unzipped a pocket and rifled through it. As she worked, Twilight noticed something watching her hands. Pinkie, you don't have a dual disc? Pinkie paused to take in the comment and shook her head.
I don't play much anymore. I don't run the tournaments these days. She's too busy to play in them.
Really? Twilight pursed her lips.
It's supposed to be a fun card game, isn't it? I would have thought you'd all be over it. Yeah, you really don't know how CHS handles this game, huh? Here we go! Vicky swallowed a small booklet out of this bag and held it out to Twilight. Discuss over the basics. Speaking of which, as Pinkie Pie is doing all this, a certain Wallflower Blush is feeling down that Pinkie Pie didn't ask her to help. But nobody knows who she even is. Oh, Wallflower, sweetie, my apologies! Twilight took the booklet and opened it to a random page. She saw diagrams of cards laid out on a grid, a chart of different icons, and 3 cards with colored borders. Next to the slide pointing out specific parts of the design. Thanks a lot. You got it! Pinkie moved the device next to the keyboard. The computer screen changed again. There you go! Twilight leaned in. A picture of her with her arm raised, Pinkie had taken, to the left of what seemed to be a profile detailing information about her. Most had been left blank, or had NA fill in their box. So, I'm okay to duel now? Yep! CSS has a cloud-based duel server that your duel disk should automatically connect to in order to update your info each time you play. Yes, fighting an opponent counts them, and the system will do the rest. Good. Twilight ignored the fact she had no idea what Pinkie had meant and turned around. She looked back at the booklet in her hands and turned to the front page. Each player has a deck of no fewer than 40 cards, as well as the side deck and extra deck, which contain no more than 15 cards each. As he read, Twilight headed to the door of the room. Hey, Pinkie! Twilight jumped at the familiar voice and stepped back as the door opened. A girl with pale blue skin poked her head in. You got a sec? Sure, coming in, Dashing. Dashing? Twilight silently stood behind the door as the girl came in. She saw the long mass of 6-colored hair. Rainbow Dash? Behind the girl was a younger one, with bright purple hair, and her hands shoved in her pockets. Then that would be Scootaloo? Skids was to sign up for the tournament. Rainbow Dash gathered her chain and slowly went over to sit astride it, her arms holding on her back. Scootaloo nodded beside her. No problem! Pinkie went back to work on her computer. Watching the scene, Twilight leaned down to Spike. Are all our Ponyville friends here? She whispered. Spike shrugged. Seems so. We've already got the princess and Pinkie and Rainbow Dash. His eyes lit up. Oh, do you think there's a rarity in this world? His tail began to wag. Not now, Spike. Twilight stood up. Hi there. Rainbow turned her head up. Oh, sup? Twilight waved and approached her. I'm Twilight Sparkle. Rainbow Dash. Rainbow grinned and held out a fist. That gesture I at least recognized. Twilight smiled and bumped her hand against Rainbow's. Twilight here is registered in the tournament too. She's just joining us here, Pinkie said. Newbie, huh? Rainbow shook her head and pumped her fists. The motion drew Twilight's attention to the blue and white dual disc on her arm. Well, sorry to disappoint you, but this year it's gonna be me and Scoots in the finals. Sunset Shimmer's going down. I don't know, Rainbow. Scootaloo shrugged. I'm kind of here just to have fun, you know. I mean, it's not like we're really gonna beat Sunset Shimmer. Rainbow gaped. Are you kidding me? What sort of attitude is that? I told you, kid. You wanna be the best, you gotta beat the best. And that's Sunset. But no one's there our way, right? Sure. Scootaloo rubbed the back of her neck and looked away. I mean, if I don't make it, that's cool. As long as I do well enough. Halberblum said she was going to enter, and I think it'd be kind of cool. Stop right there! Rainbow held out her hand in front of Scootaloo's face. I take it back. Being Sunset Shimmer's priority too. Priority number 1 is taking down the apples. She growled and punched a hand to her palm. And even if we don't win, I'll take as long as I can to knock that hick farmer out! Twilight rolled her eyes. Well, some things never change. Rainbow looked at her confused. Huh? Oh. Twilight realized she had spoken aloud and did a double take. My friend who goes to school says you don't get along with Applejack. Sort of rivals, you might say? Not really. Rainbow tossed her head. Saying she's a rival would mean she's a talent. As if. What kind of lip runs plants? Didn't she talk you out of the quarterfinals last year? Pinkie asked. We don't talk about last year. This time, things are going to be different. Rainbow held it up her dual disc and tapped her finger and tapped her deck. This baby's been optimized for maximum damage. She won't last 3 turns. $5? Deal! Rainbow punched Pinkie's fist. Dizzy turned attention back to Twilight. How about you? Me? Twilight nodded. Well, I kinda have to win. Really, I need that crown. She paused and looked away. Although, strictly speaking, I don't have to win. Just have to make sure Sunset doesn't. I mean, the crown is just a silly status symbol. Whoever wins will just hand it over if I explain things to them, right? The other three girls stared at her blankly. Skulu called, Well, sure, the crown really isn't important, but yeah, it is, Rainbow cut in. You wear that thing everywhere, and people know you're the champion here. Students spend months training to win the crown, she leaned in. Even if you lose, you want it. Why? It's really just a cheap dollar store crown. Well, I need it because Twilight trailed off as she realized what she was about to say. Because it's really pretty? She looked at the clock. Oh, look at this, I've got to go! She waved and hurried out the room, Spike following. Rainbow Dash scratched her head. New girl's weird. Vicky nodded, her eyes narrowed. Yep, she's hiding something, but I am totally onto her, she whispered loudly, Rainbow. She's a spy. Uh-huh. Oh, please, Pinky, if anybody's a spy, it's Wildfire Blush. Who? Her. A monster that has a quick effect can use that effect on either player's turn, and this can be recognized by the text stating that the effect can be activated during either player's turn. A monster with an initiative effect must have its effect manually activated by the player when circumstances are met, such as a specific turn phase. Twilight, Spike pawed at her leg, sitting on the steps of the school. Twilight looked over in front of the booklet. You've been reading that thing for hours. How's it going? Twilight scratched her nose. Well, on the surface it seems very simple, but the more I keep reading, the more complex it becomes. Take it from the top. Maybe it'll sound better, Spike suggested. Right. Twilight pressed a button to activate her duel disk. Screen! And gestured to various parts he spoke. Well, to begin, a duel disk is a machine used to duel with holographic emitters. There are 5 monster card slots along the top, 5 spell and trap slots in the back edge, a field spell that extends from the side, and a compartment in the back of the disc for the extra deck, which are made of special types of cards. Each duelist has a deck of 40 cards, variably consisting of monster cards, spell cards, and trap cards. Duelists summon monsters and use them to attack enemy monsters, and spell and trap cards are support cards with various effects. Each player begins the duel with 4,000 life points, and the objective is to deplete your opponent's life points to 0. A common way to do that is to attack their monsters with stronger monsters, in which case they lose life points equal to the difference in power. Spike nodded. Yeah, doesn't sound too hard to understand. Yet, Twilight grunted for the page in the booklet. Each card has subtypes. Spell cards, for instance, are divided into Quick Play, Continuous, Field, Equip, Ritual, and Normal, while trap cards are divided into Continuous, Counter, and Normal. Each of those subtypes determines when it can be activated and how it's played. For example, field spells tell on the field and affect all monsters in play until they get destroyed, while equip spells attach to a monster to convert effects only to it and are destroyed that monster leaves play. Okay. The subtype also determines this card's spell speed, which is a mechanic that restricts certain card effects changing to other cards. A counter trap is speed 3, so it can change to anything, but quick play spells are only speed 2, so they can't change to counter traps because they're a slower spell speed. Chaining, by the way, is the mechanic of activating a card of your own when your opponent performs a move, in which case your card takes effect first, usually with the intent to counter their move. I'm getting a little... Monster cards also have effect types, like Ignition, Trigger, Continuous, Quick, and Flip. Those effects, in turn, are all activated in different ways, and may have other restrictions as specified in the card text, such as only being used once per turn, or when the opponent performs a particular move. Twilight, I have no idea what you just said! Neither do I! Twilight threw up her hands. I didn't even get to the part where some monster cards can be treated like spell and trap cards, or that there are spell and trap cards that can be summoned as monster cards! She waved the book in the air. It seems like every time I think I understand a rule, the next place explains how that rule can be broken! Twilight, welcome to my world. She sighed and tossed the book on the step beside her. Spike, I have to master this game by tomorrow, and I can barely remember what each card type does! Take it easy, Twilight. Spike patted up beside her and put a card in her hand. You're the smartest pony I've ever known. A card game should be a snap to learn. You didn't read the chapter about the different extra deck monsters and how to summon them. Twilight rubbed her head. Luckily for us, it seems the school specifically restricts which type of cards can be used. I read that paragraph 3 times, and I still don't understand what a synchro summon is. What summon? Synchro what? Exactly. Twilight stood and picked up a booklet. She reached up and deactivated her dual disk. This calls for the most tried and true method of learning. Hard studying! She beat her fist into the palm of her hand. This school has to have a library, and a game this complex and popular must have information about it. I just have to buckle down and read all I can. That's the spirit! Spike smiled and followed her into a school. The bell had rung 15 minutes ago, and most students had gotten their bags and left for home. Maybe you can find someone to practice against? I thought about that too, but I doubt it. Twilight shook her head. Most of the students here take it seriously. A casual practice duel, it probably isn't like that. It wasn't yours to give! Twilight stopped at an angry shout passed down the hall. She saw two students chatting nearby and stopped at a voice, and stumbled past her. Who was that? Twilight heard a much more quieter voice, indistinct in reply. Excuse me? Twilight walked down the hall towards the source of the voice, and peeked around the corner. That crowd is as good as mine, and everyone knows it! A girl in a black jacket with an orange skirt was looming over another girl sitting against the lockers. Her arm was outstretched against the locker, a black and red dual disc on her forearm. Twilight looked at the girl huddling beneath her. Flowering pink hair, a white blouse with a green shirt with a butterfly. Fluttershy!
Just,
Fluttershy stammered into the girl or hover over her.
the tournament isn't tomorrow and you haven't won yet.
Who's gonna beat me? You? The girl snapped.
Actually, I haven't entered.
The girl laughed. Of course not. You're too pathetic to even stand a ghost of a chance against me. Twilight turned her attention to the other girl. The girl had her back to her, but the voice was familiar. She took in a look at the girl's long red and yellow hair, gasped. No, it can't be! She leaned down. Spike, is that who I think it is? Spike growled. Yeah. A loser like you doesn't even deserve to touch my crown, much less wear it. Sunset crossed her arms. Luckily for you, this will be an easy win for me. Or I might have to teach you not to take things that don't belong to you. Twilight gritted her teeth and marched down the hall. Leave her alone! Sunset stood upright, turned. She glared angrily at Twilight. What did you say? I said, leave her alone! Twilight stopped in front of Sunset. Back off, Sunset! Look, you don't get... Wait. She peered closer. Have we met? Twilight flinched but stood her ground. I'm a new student, but I know you by reputation. Well, you should. Sunset smirked and tossed her hair. I'll let you off with a warning, you girl. Stay out of my way. Don't tell me what to do. Sunset walked away, purposely bumping Twilight's side. You'll get a lesson in why tomorrow, when I remind the school who runs it. Twilight waited until Sunset had rounded the corner. Then she turned around and knelt in front of Fluttershy. You okay? She held out a hand. Fluttershy nodded and took Twilight's hand.
I think that's the first time I've seen anyone except Rainbow Dash stand up to Sunset Shimmer.
Well, I don't like her punching around my friends. Twilight pulled Fluttershy up and gave her a warm smile. Fluttershy tilted her head.
We're friends?
Sure! I mean, we are now. Unless you don't want to be.
No, I do.
Fluttershy giggled.
I'm just not used to people wanting to be my friend.
I do. I'm Twilight Sparkle.
Fluttershy.
I know. Twilight looked at her over her shoulder. So, that was Sunset Shimmer?
You know her?
Let's say we've met. She just doesn't remember it. Twilight looked back. She's the champion at the school, right? Fluttershy nodded.
The biannual tournament champion. Also an honorary member of the student council with special privileges from Celestia because of it.
Not for long. Twilight held up her dual desk. I'm here to take her down.
But you said you're a new student.
Fluttershy gasped and held her two hands to her mouth.
You don't really want to duel Sunset Shimmer. She's the best of the best. You'd be lucky to last 2 turns against her.
I'm not afraid of her.
You should be.
Fluttershy turned to her locker and spun the combination dial to unlock as she spoke.
Even our best duelists were wiped out when she learned the game after coming to school. Now she's the best and we're just finding each other.
She sighed and pulled her bag out the locker.
Rainbow Dash and Applejack want to beat her too, but it'll be the same as last year.
Not this time. This time, I'm here. Twilight caught the side of a dual desk on the top shelf of the locker. Are you in the tournament?
Me?
Fluttershy quickly shook her head.
Oh, no. I don't duel anymore.
Why not?
You knew how seriously some students here are about dueling? You lock up your dual desk too.
Fluttershy hesitated.
Or maybe not. You seem pretty confident.
Good. At least other people think so. Twilight looked back at Fluttershy's locker.
Hey, Fluttershy? Yes.
Will you duel me? Fluttershy squeaked and shrank away.
No, I can't. I'm not good.
Perfect, Twilight said brightly. She paused at Fluttershy's confused reaction and gave a simple smile.
I mean, good. I'm just looking to practice before tomorrow. Maybe duel someone who can explain stuff to me if I'm rusty. Well,
Fluttershy shuffled closer.
if you really want to, I guess.
I do.
Just for fun?
Fluttershy bit her lip and looked at her boots.
Okay.
She reached into the locker and withdrew to the desk. Fluttershy busted out to loosen the strap and slide it onto her arm.
Follow me.
Twilight spied down on Spike and he knelt at his head. We just found our practice opponent.